You can have a what?
A sequence, like it starts with the...
I mean, if Colleen has her rights, I'll go anywhere. I'll follow this woman anywhere.
Y'all heard her.
And Colleen too. I mean, she's such a great filmmaker. You know, she was really able to separate herself as the author and sit in that room, sit in that edit room and go like, I know that I wrote this in the book, but like, what if it happened this way instead? Because for the film, it's its own piece of art and we're still capturing everything that's in the book, but it's just tweaking this or that. Like, so she really is just an incredible storyteller. So
I can answer that a little bit. We were in the editing room and line would come on. Our editor just would go insane over the way he delivered it. And so it just kind of became this thing where he would replay it when he wanted to get pumped up.
Colleen Hoover, the beloved author of It Ends With Us, had spent years building a passionate fan base. Her Facebook group, with an estimated 200,000 members, was a place where fans felt connected to her work and to each other. When Justin Baldoni, known for his role in Jane the Virgin, approached her in 2019 to adapt the book into a film, it seemed like a dream come true. Colleen was thrilled. Justin wasn't just a director. He was a fan of the book, deeply committed to telling the story of domestic violence survivors with authenticity and respect. For 5 years, Colleen and Justin were a team. She praised him endlessly to her fans, calling him compassionate, kind, and the perfect person to bring her story to life. Her fans adored him too. Justin became a beloved figure in her community, sharing updates and bonding with readers. It was a love fest, until Blake Lively entered the picture. Blake Lively was cast as Lily, the film's protagonist, in January 2023. But here's where the first red flag appeared. In the book, Lily is 23 years old. Blake, however, was 35 during filming, and the character was aged up for the film. Fans were furious. They had imagined Lily a certain way, and Blake didn't fit that image. The backlash was immediate. Tabloids published photos of Blake on set, calling her too old for the role. Fans felt blindsided. Why hadn't Colleen or Justin prepared them for this change? But the age controversy was just the beginning. As filming progressed, tensions began to rise. Blake Lively, known for her strong personality, started pushing for more control over the film. She wanted to edit her own version, and according to Justin's lawsuit, she threatened to stop promoting the movie unless her cut was used. This put Sony, the studio, in a tough spot. Blake wasn't just an actress, she was a powerhouse. Married to Ryan Reynolds and friends with Taylor Swift, her influence was undeniable. Meanwhile, Colleen Hoover, who had been Justin's biggest supporter, began to distance herself from him. Around the August 2024 premiere, fans noticed she unfollowed him on Instagram. What had happened to their once close partnership? The answer lies in Blake's influence. According to Justin's legal claims, Blake convinced Colleen to side with her, effectively isolating him from the project he'd nurtured for years. While Colleen didn't edit the film herself, her public support shifted to Blake. Here's where it gets wild. When both versions of the film were tested with audiences, Justin alleges his cut scored a 94% approval rating, while Blake's version scored only 82%. Despite this, Blake refused to back down. She doubled down on her demands, claiming neither she nor Colleen would promote the film unless her version was released. Sony, fearing a PR disaster, gave in. Justin was forced to step aside, watching as his vision was sidelined for Blake's cut. This wasn't just a creative disagreement, it was a full-blown takedown. Justin, who had poured his heart into the project for years, was left with no choice but to see his work dismantled. And Colleen, the woman who had once called him a gift, stood by Blake's side. But the drama didn't stop there. When the film's marketing campaign began in August 2024, fans were horrified. Instead of focusing on the serious themes of domestic violence, the campaign was lighthearted and tone-deaf. Promotional videos featured Blake and her co-stars playing Pictionary and joking about their younger selves. Fans felt betrayed. This wasn't the movie they had been promised. The backlash was swift and brutal. Fans took to social media to express their anger, not just at Blake, but at Colleen too. Why had she allowed this to happen? Where was Justin, the man who had been so passionate about honoring the book's message? The comments on the official It Ends With Us Facebook page were filled with outrage. And then came the lawsuits. On January 16th, 2025, Justin Baldoni filed a $400 million lawsuit against Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and others, accusing them of defamation, manipulation, and extortion. He claimed Blake's threats and Colleen's alignment with her had ruined the film and damaged his career. Earlier, on December 20th, 2024, Blake had filed a complaint with the California Civil Rights Department against Justin, alleging harassment and a smear campaign, followed by a federal lawsuit on December 31st, 2024. Colleen, while not directly sued by Justin, was implicated in his narrative of betrayal. Here's the kicker. The backlash against Blake and Colleen started long before Justin's legal team got involved. It was organic, fueled by fans who felt betrayed by the people they had once trusted, beginning with the August 2024 promotion. Blake's attempts to control the narrative only made things worse. So, what happens next? Will Justin Baldoni be able to clear his name? Will Blake Lively and Colleen Hoover face the consequences of their actions? And what does this mean for the future of It Ends With Us as a franchise? This story is far from over. But one thing is clear, the making of It Ends With Us is a cautionary tale about the dangers of greed, power, and betrayal in Hollywood. And it's a reminder that sometimes the real drama happens behind the camera. When we left off, the drama surrounding It Ends With Us had reached a boiling point. Justin Baldoni, the film's original director, had been pushed out of the project by Blake Lively, with Colleen Hoover aligning against him. Fans were furious, lawsuits were flying, and the movie's marketing campaign had turned into a PR nightmare. But what happened next, and where does this story go from here? Let's start with the lawsuits. Justin Baldoni's legal battle is at the heart of this scandal. On January 16th, 2025, he filed a $400 million lawsuit against Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and others, accusing them of defamation, manipulation, and extortion. He claims Blake used her star power to take control of the film, isolating him from the cast and crew and spreading false rumors about him, calling him creepy and an evil sociopath, even though no one else on set seemed to have issues with him. Here's the kicker. Justin alleges his version of the film tested significantly better with audiences than Blake's. His cut scored a 94% approval rating, while Blake's version scored only 82%. Despite this, Blake refused to back down. According to Justin's lawsuit, she threatened to quit promoting the film unless her version was released, claiming Colleen Hoover would follow suit. Sony, the studio behind the film, gave in to Blake's demands, sidelining Justin's vision. For Justin, this was a devastating blow. He had spent over 5 years working on this project, pouring his heart into it since 2019. He had promised Colleen's fans a film that would honor the book's message and give a voice to survivors of domestic violence. But now, his vision had been replaced with something entirely different. And then there's Colleen Hoover. For years, Colleen had been Justin's biggest supporter. She praised him endlessly to her fans, calling him compassionate, kind, and the perfect person to bring her story to life. But around the August 2024 premiere, she unfollowed him on Instagram and publicly sided with Blake Lively. Fans were shocked. What had happened to the woman who had once called Justin a gift? Justin's lawsuit suggests Colleen's shift was driven by self-interest, hinting that Blake and Ryan Reynolds may have swayed her with promises of greater fame. While no hard evidence confirms this deal, Colleen's alignment with Blake, after years of grassroots support from her fans, alienated the very people who had made her a success. The backlash from fans was swift and brutal. On the official It Ends With Us Facebook page, comments overflowed with outrage. Fans felt betrayed by Colleen and disgusted by Blake's lighthearted marketing campaign, which trivialized the book's serious themes with games like Pictionary. They demanded to know where Justin was and why he had been sidelined. But Blake Lively wasn't about to let the criticism slide. On December 20th, 2024, she filed a complaint with the California Civil Rights Department against Justin, followed by a federal lawsuit on December 31st, 2024, accusing him of harassment and orchestrating a smear campaign against her. She claimed the backlash she faced was his doing, vowing to clear her name. Here's the thing. The evidence tells a different story. The backlash against Blake and Colleen began in August 2024, long before Justin's legal team stepped in. It was organic, fueled by fans who felt betrayed by the people they had once trusted. Blake's attempts to spin the narrative only fanned the flames. So, where does this leave us? As of February 22nd, 2025, the lawsuits are still ongoing and the future of It Ends With Us as a franchise hangs in the balance. Will Justin Baldoni clear his name and reclaim his creative vision? Will Blake Lively and Colleen Hoover face consequences for their roles in this mess? And what does this mean for the fans left feeling betrayed and disillusioned? One thing is clear, this scandal has exposed the dark side of Hollywood. It's a world where loyalty can be fragile, where power and influence often overshadow creativity and integrity. And it's a reminder that sometimes the real story isn't what happens on screen, it's what happens behind the scenes. For the fans, they're left wondering if they'll ever get the movie they were promised. A film that honors the book's message and gives a voice to survivors of domestic violence, staying true to the heart of Colleen Hoover's story. But perhaps the most pressing question is this: can Colleen Hoover and Blake Lively rebuild the trust they've lost? Or has this scandal permanently tarnished their reputations? Only time will tell. The drama surrounding It Ends With Us is far from over. As the lawsuits unfold and the truth emerges, we'll be watching closely to see how this story ends. What are your thoughts on the scandal? Do you think Justin Baldoni will come out on top? Or do you believe Blake Lively and Colleen Hoover were justified? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this unfolding drama. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.